What would you do for love? You go down just like Holy Mary, Mariana Cross. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, DEFFINITY, DEVVE, daCat, DMC, SHIRO update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello, Dashy. Hello, Dashy. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Bit to go over today. There's been quite a bit of news. All good things. Today, anyway. Obviously, it's a horrible couple of days, but we are talking about crypto today mostly. Let's take a look at ETH. ETH is up about 5.5% on the day to 4,700. I had originally said that towards the end of this month, I was going to get a little bit more crypto, DEVVE, ETH, DEFFINITY. I still might get a little bit more OMI, but yeah, I'm gonna do something else. I have another opportunity, another small business, currently a small business. It'll be a big business at some point. It'll be a 5-figure investment. So it's gonna be, again, I still might get a little bit of OMI. I might not. I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know. Not to say that I won't invest any more in crypto ever again. Not to say that my bags are completely packed, although they technically kind of are. I do want to put in more. But this investment probably will take precedence. After it's done, like after everything's like done, I'll let you know what it is. Again, it's not really crypto based at all. I actually am trying to raise. Well, I'm raising money for a couple of things right now. I am tap dancing as fast as I can with these meetings, and so we're gonna do a short video today. Probably gonna be an hour, no longer than an hour and a half max, unless for some reason a bunch of super chats come in. Anyway, let's start with SHIRO Nico. SHIRO Nico's up 8% on the day. I love that little SHIRO. And did it on 330,000 in volume, so really small amount of volume. We've got $4.4 million market cap. SHIRO actually had something that they had reported on today that I'm going to have to read because I think it affects a couple of people. So SHIRO says, please read and be safe. Our hearts go out to the SHIB army. Our bridge was connected via chain link, so we are not affected by the following. SHIB token has 3.9 million followers on X, saying, we're aware of the activity flagged by PeckShield. PeckShield has 81,000 followers on X, and have engaged our internal team and external security partners to investigate thoroughly. Our priority is the safety of the SHIB army. At this time, we are working to confirm the root cause and ensure all possible mitigations are in place. We are committed to full transparency. Comprehensive report with findings and next steps will be published once the investigation concludes. Basically, long story short, it was some type of hack. There was not a... I honestly don't know what really happened. I know there was something named, was it Bone on SHIB? Bone and SHIB? I think it was Bone something. Yeah, Bone Shiba swap went up 54%. That had a wicked spike up there, and we had something down. Again, I don't really know anything about it. I don't know anything about Shibarium. I don't know anything about what they've been up to. But just again, that's what SHIRO had posted, and I think that's it. Oh, they also post a looks like a Magic the Gathering thing where SHIRO is a legendary creature. It's a cat. Destroy target mouse. SHIRO deals 1 damage to target's player or planeswalker. Saying who wants to play a game, join the official Telegram below and join us in game nights and more. And that was about it. That was for SHIRO. Let's do daCat. Let's stick with the kitties. daCat, about 5% on the day. Let's go, daCat. They are at a $2.8 million market cap. And again, for just a few hours, it was above DEFFINITY. Heckin' insane. Chavez, why is this going on? Doesn't DEFFINITY make hundreds of thousands per month? Absolutely they do. Has daCat made any money yet? We're working on it. We're getting that bread. I had another meeting with the artist today, and it's going really well. It's just we're probably not going to get on VeVe until November, because it's just going to take that long to. I don't want to put out an inferior product. I want to go and put out something that, and it's so cool. I also can't. There's something else I'm working on that's going to be like right out the gate, so freaking huge, and trying to see if I can get some type of crossover partnership with them. Again, there's so many things I'm working on. I am. Y'all are lucky I'm still going to New York Comic Con. I'm quite busy with it. The last few days, I haven't had a chance to breathe. Still keeping with the diet though. The diet, we're at 170 grams of protein today, 1,560 calories, and I have one more meal left that's going to give me 180 grams of protein. I'm sorry, 180 calories and 30 grams of protein, and that'll be it. So yesterday I had under 1,800 calories, and today I will also have under 1,800 calories. Yet my weight will not go below 190. And I get it. I've had a couple of carbs. I have a couple pieces of bread every day, and I should cut that out, but I can't. I love it. So I'll keep you posted. Once I can run again, I'll be able to shed the weight. I'll go sprints. Can't wait to do those sprints. Good times. Can't really run yet though. Can walk fairly briskly. Anyway, daCat, $225 in volume, very, very low volume. Again, $2.8 million market cap. This is one of those things where there's one thing that's happening with daCat that I don't even know what it is. I feel like Agent Coulson talking to Loki with like that weapon. It's like, I don't even know what it does. And he's like got the weapon cocked, ready to fucking fire. Dude, Avengers 2012. If there's any movie I could see again for the first time, I remember when the trail, like, does anyone remember the first Iron Man? Like really when it came out, when you went to see it, it was like 08, 09, something like that. And at the end, which they've had this at the end of like a bunch of movies, they had a teaser trailer. You had Coulson come in and be like, with a part of strategic Homeland Division, or Shield for short. And like, we wanted to come in and Nick Fury is talking to Tony Stark about like, with radioactive spiders, mutants, and blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, you're talking about the Avengers initiative. Like, that would be so cool if they did something like that. Like, wouldn't that be cool if they did that? And no one like believed it, right? It'd be like, oh yeah, that would be cool. That would be, fun, little teaser. Then Captain America came out, and then Thor and then the trailer for Avengers, like, oh my God, they're doing it. When I tell you, I was happy as a pig in shit. This is before the military. This is just pure kid Chavez. I was like 20 years old. So I wasn't really a kid. I'd moved out on my own in 2010. But that kid always remains inside you. For me, it is. And it comes out, and the trailer, I was like, oh my God, shit just got real. I don't know why I'm going off on this. Maybe I need to buy an Iron Man on VeVe. I don't know. But if there was any movie that I could see for the first time ever, again, it would probably be Avengers 2012. But it wasn't just the movie. It was like, I remember going at midnight with two of my friends, and that part where Hulk like just ragdolls Loki. The audience was cheering so loudly that we couldn't even hear Hulk's words. Like, he was saying something like, what was it? Like, I couldn't hear. Audience was too loud. Went to see it again a couple days later, and it turns out he says like, puny God. I was like, okay, that was cool. And so it wasn't just it was the movie, but it was like, God, that was so good, so good. Anyway, give me 1 second here. Someone put I have no idea what that is. And it's not coming from. Oh, hello. is awesome. Sorry. Tammy saying 5 more weeks till New York Comic Con. Can't wait to see everyone. Is it 5 weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 weeks? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 weeks, Tammy. 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Let me go shoot her a message. 4 weeks. Meow. Gotta get your timelines right, Tammy. Anyway, long story short, DeCat to the moon. Connor saying, let's go, Randy. Let's go. Let's get that bread. What are we working with here? We're gonna work with, we did SHIRO, we did DeCat. Let's do some DEVVE. And see, they're up, I think, for the 2nd day in a row. They're up 5% on the day to 55 cents. They like, let's see what you've got. Right, DEVVE. You go down just coolly Mary on. They are 2, and again, this is with 250,000 in volume. It just means that nobody is freaking selling. You're like, what's his name from Wolf of Wall Street? I'm not freaking selling. I love that movie. Such a good movie. And again, you can only get it on Uniswap, Mexi, Gate, I guess LA Token and Hybit, but nobody uses those freaking things. Actually, LA Token and Hybit have like 28,000 in volume total. Anywho, yeah, it's on 250,000 in volume. This is very, very low. 2 days ago, on September 9th, they were 43 cents. And yesterday, they were like 49, and now they're at 54. So did they go to 59 cents tomorrow? We're going to go to 45, and then 50, and then 55 until we find all 59 and take back the square. That is a Gilmore Girls reference, and they referenced something else in there that was Kirk when he couldn't find the eggs. Oh, great times, great times. Janie, I love you. We'll see where we are. But they mentioned the other day. Let's go to DEVVE here. Let's go to DEVVE ecosystem. 36,000 followers over on X. Oh, they have a couple of things. So yesterday, they said, good morning. We're about to start a huge marketing push across our socials, starting with CoinMarketCap. With that community, one of our most rapidly growing platforms. Want to keep on top of our updates there? You need to be following us. They mentioned 13 hours ago, it's poll time. As we get close to launching tools and docs for DEVVE devs, we're interested how many DEVVE community members could be DEVVE builders. What's your developer experience? No wrong answers. We want to make it as simple as possible. 9% answered that they've developed Web3 apps. 5% says they've developed Web2 apps. 14% said they're actively learning to build. And the other 72%, like me, say I've never built an app because I'm trash. I put the I added that trash part in. 273 votes, but it's nice to see that 14% of them are learning to build, and the other 14% have either developed a Web2 or a Web3 app. So that's really promising. Really like that. Then they go and say, good night, DEVVE community. Have a great weekend. I said, good night, Bay. And they said, good night, legend. Oh, call me a legend. They're so cool. So that's their stuff from today. All right, that's DEVVE. Their other token, FIAS ran up a little bit today. FIAS is up 9% on the day to a $2.6 million market cap. daCat might not outperform FIAS for much longer. We might have to pump daCat up a little bit to keep pace with FIAS. Although I'm not gonna lie, once everything comes out, FIAS will be at like a $30 million market cap, and I'll be like, well, messed that up. I did. Walrus King says, what's cracking, Randy? What's going on, Walrus? Meow, 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 meow. That was FIAS. Let's do Definity. Definity having a rough couple of, I mean, it's up 3.5% today to 2 cents, but it was down to 1.7 cents. Actually, 1.68, 69 earlier today. They just have this one wallet. Was that yesterday, maybe? Oh, yeah, the one wallet 22 hours ago that just, they have another $22,000 worth of Definity to dump. They've already dumped like 10 grand of it already. Are they going to dump the rest? I don't know. We'll see. And again, I really want to put some in down here because at one point earlier today, daCat had a bigger market cap, but since it went up, now it's at $3.1 million market cap. Again, this crypto is so crazy. I don't think, and I'm not saying that daCat is overvalued at all. I'm saying that I think daCat is undervalued for what it's going to be, but DFINITY is stupid undervalued. Again, daCat's pre-revenue. This makes no sense at all. DFINITY at some point should probably be worth billions of dollars. daCat, at that, I mean, crypto would take on a life of its own, especially if I'm able to get this crossover thing, that deal I'm working on. Jesus, if that goes, I haven't even I told one person in the daCat community about this potential crossover, and it wouldn't happen for several months, maybe earlier, but yeah, it's just one of those things that it doesn't. Anyway, we have so many messages here. We're gonna go to DFINITY Markets and see what they've been posting because I forget. One day ago, DFINITY Markets posted significant institutional capital has been poised to enter the cryptocurrency market. While ETFs offer one avenue for participation, DFINITY delivers a more cost-effective, efficient, and flexible alternative through direct crypto spot trade. They post today, strategic partnerships are central to DFINITY's mission of building secure, scalable infrastructure for digital assets. In a recent Q&A, our co-founder Chris was asked about our key collaborators and what they brought to the table. His response: while we can't disclose all our partners publicly just yet, we can confirm we're working with a AA-rated European bank, a serious player in traditional finance, and we're in advanced talks with 2 more European banks. Usually the case with these is the first couple are the hardest, and then onboarding becomes a lot easier. Also add the fact that we have many, many experience years in FX, so our professional network is rather large, so we aren't going in cold. We're also collaborating with a top 20 global hedge fund, building a seamless single sign-on between their platform and DFINITY. They're preparing to offer digital asset trading to over 200 institutional clients, all through our infrastructure. These kinds of players move cautiously. They audit, test, and get internal approvals, but when they commit, they move in serious size. That's exactly what we've built for. Love it. 18 hours ago, meet John C. Murray, Managing Director at DFINITY Markets. We're excited to spotlight John, a key leader driving DFINITY Markets growth and institutional engagement across the Americas. Over 2 decades of experience in FX, derivatives, and global market strategy, John brings a powerful mix of traditional finance expertise and forward-thinking innovation to the digital asset space. And that be it for DFINITY. Hold on a sec. That's even better. Yes, it is. Yum, 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 yum. Okay. I am Groot. It says, just tagging some X posts. VeVe missing out bad on Web3 partnerships. Moonberg Physical Collectibles sold 1.7 million worth in 24 hours via Collector Crypt. My guy, you are preaching to the choir. I repeat, you are preaching to the choir. Not my fault that VeVe moves slow as well. And I'm not gonna lie, guys. I had the opportunity, and I still technically have it, to buy a part of the VeVe company. It's probably not gonna happen. I would love to. If I get $1 million tomorrow, yeah, I'll go in and buy some, but there's just other opportunities. Like VeVe's already worth, I'm gonna guess, somewhere in the 9 figures. This other company that I'll tell everyone once it's done, and it should happen in like 3 weeks. I don't know if I could talk about it at that point. So there's a lot of moving parts. I'm going to be broke for a long time. I'm going to be broke until crypto goes up after I do this deal. So I am, if you want to advertise in the daCat comic, I am willing to do anything. Go on and get that bread. Reach out to me, and we'll see what we can do for the project. But yeah, I agree 100%. VeVe is missing out on Web3 partnerships. Why? Probably because they're busy with a bunch of Web2 partnerships. But yeah, I understand. We are in. What are we? Oh, is that? What's that song? High School Musical. We're all in this together. Need to hire a Web3 manager, understands how Web3 world works. I don't even know who the Web3 manager is. Heck, bring in ETH degen that can connect with OG projects. It's just when you're, it's just not going to happen. I mean, maybe it does, but when your clients are like Marvel and Disney, you just, and again, I agree. If you get Web3 degens in, they'll make more money than what we've been seeing. Because again, like that's what today's title is: when more VeVe users. And I think in this month they've only had 2 days where they've had over 1,000 users per day. Like, what the fuck is that about? So I agree with you. I just there's nothing that I can do that's going to make it any better. Yeah, they've only had 2 days on the 3rd and the 4th that they've had over 1,000 users per day. And before then, it was August 28th. So you had like a 5-day gap. So, you know, like you had 5 days in between. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, but you had 5 days in between where you had less than that. If I were to ask this to Crypto Rain, he would be nonchalant and be like, the bull market will take care of that. And he's probably right. But I want us to fucking try. And again, not that they're not. They're clearly going like, but again, it's a lot of Web 2 people, which is fine, but it's like Web 2 is completely covered. You have that with just Marvel and Disney. And again, the Korean, like what they did with the Korean artists that nobody knows about, like nobody knew who any of these Korean artists were. And those have been some of the most successful drops, I think, because of the phygital aspect to them. And again, it seems to be that anytime we do something phygital, KFC and Figpin, Funko, like we're just able to, it does really, really well. And even with these unknown Korean artists that just nobody in the community knew, they ate that shit up. And we're just, I'm just not understanding the calculus of not doing more of those things. And again, even me, someone that might have 40% of the info, you know, I still only have that. And it's just there's just other stuff that we'll just never know. And it's like, well, actually, Randy, we would like to do that, but because of X, Y, and Z, we can't, or we've tried this, and that's why this wouldn't work. Okay, cool. So again, I get it. I get it. I would like that too. Kuma saying, "What up, fam? What's going on, Kuma?" Yeah, meow, yeah, meow. Love you, Bay. Omar reposting the stream. Another Bay of mine. Echo 712 says, shout out to everyone that's been here since 2021. We're in the end game now. Is this alt season? Is the alt season at hand? I mean, we don't really see anything until the rate cuts are in, and maybe we're having some people kind of front run it because, you know, ETH is up today, other stuff's up today. We'll see. We'll see. All right, we did that. All right, let's do DeLorean and see what they're up to. Hey, another like they've been doing good all week. They've just on a steady rise, up 31% this week. So shout out to DeLorean. On the month, they're pretty flat at about up 0.62%. They went down a lot. They went back up. They're down bad since the beginning. However, on the month, day, and week, all up. So I'll take that. I'll take that. I've been doing well. 10.5 million in volume, $15 million market cap. I have not sold any of my DeLorean. Not that there's much to sell because there's not, but I have another payment coming in like 2 weeks, which I still won't sell. Tammy's saying, well, damn, I obviously can't count. That's okay, Tammy. It's okay. It happens. You were excited. Now you get even more excited. Tammy, I think you're, I don't know when you're done. You're done. I know next week you're gonna be on vacation. I'll have a tiny vacation too, only for like 12. God, if I anyway, yeah, wild times. Next time we talk, I'll let you know about the other thing I'm doing. Planet of Empires, do you think we'll be hearing any more about the fruits of DEVVE and Definity talking anytime soon? I know that wasn't supposed to leak. I'm not gonna. I haven't heard from. I've talked, or I've attempted to talk to Manu a couple of times this week. I don't know if he's on another holiday. I sent him a message on the 3rd and the 5th. Yeah, lack. But remember in this is Dark Knight? I think it's Dark Knight, where somebody's talking to Commissioner Gordon. They have the bat signal up, and like, "Where's your guy?" You know, like, "Why isn't he showing?" Like, he often doesn't. Why not? What's he doing? He's like, "Hopefully, because he's busy." You know, getting that bread. Hopefully, Manu is just a little busy. I mean, I know he's busy. I know he's like one of the busiest men on the planet. Yeah, it's one of the busiest men on the planet. Ow. Oh, I don't know. I've been getting these like tremors where it just, you know, it goes like that, but only like a couple fingers. I don't know why. And it happens randomly. I don't know how much what they might do. I think they'd be a perfect fit together. You got your chocolate in my peanut butter. But you know, we'll see. The yayo, my man, reposting the stream. Thanks, fam. Thanks, fam. Going and getting that bread. Okay. Let's do a Comey, right? Because that's the last one we had to do. It is. Where's the Comey? And we are up 3%. We actually had a little spike just at the start of the stream. Back up above 0003. Remember how I said we'd be at like 000067 by the end of the month? I still think that will be the case because that is when my money is coming in, and most likely that happens. Most likely, there's like, yep, we'll have OMI double so that you cannot get any of it. Okay, that's fair. Not really, but you know what I mean. I will take that. What else we got here? And oh, okay. Double beans. Here we have on the day 1.5 million in volume. That's very, very low. I'm going to say 40% of that's from Deepcoin, 48% from Deepcoin, 18% from OKX, 13% from Gate. Yeah, I mean, it'd be great for me if I'm gonna get chopped in half and I get a bunch more, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll see. I mean, if OMI's at that price, I don't know if I'll even keep any of it, or I don't know if I'll even get any of it at that point. I mean, it's still cheap, right? But we'll see. We'll see. Let's do some of the news, shall we? We gotta go to yesterday. I think we do. Let's go with yesterday. What did I end with? Avalanche, I did that. Did ARK Invest bought $145 million worth of Bitcoin? You know, my mind. Okay, Hong Kong proposes easing capital rules for banks holding crypto. Then Forward Industries closes $1.65 billion at private placement in cash and stablecoin commitments to advance Solana treasury strategy. That is from Reuters. Ethan Mascarena says, Randy, why is everyone upset about VeVe's recent mint price? An absolute genius like him, you know, half a decade in the space, thinks at the right price. Being upset and unhappy seems disrespectful as intelligent. Which one is it? Vader? Is that the one? All right, give me one sec. Not sure if it's better to hold out. For okay. I don't know what Hoppy is. Okay. I mean, let me see what other stuff we have coming out here soon, and I'll. Well, the crafting, the speeder bike, that's just a craft, right? That was $10 for it. It's fine. Ultraman, Fantastic Four. I mean, people don't like it because it's expensive. $50 is a lot, and again, $50 is a lot. So I think people are just, you know, meh. I don't think that they think the price is wrong, although it would probably do better if it was a lower price. I think most people probably just they just don't want to spend that much money because most likely they're going to get a common, and the common is going to be worth like $6. So that's probably why. Where if it's $20 and it goes to like $6, okay, lost $15. But if it's $50 and goes to $6, you lost like $44. Then it's like, heck, man, heck. Give me one sec. I have to look up this thing. I don't know what the heck it is. I don't know why these meme tokens are. Bro, shit, still have a bunch of volume. We all don't mind what you do. Zero idea what they do though. And put it in. Typically don't do memes. So that's just my thesis. Can go parabolic for no reason. I mean, somebody just messaged me about this random token that's got like $1 million in volume, $8 million market cap. I don't know anything about it. I don't know the leader. I don't know if it's a rug. I mean, it's been around for a while. It's been around for a year and a half. So again, I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know who it's clearly a meme coin. There's clearly nothing that this does. So I wouldn't invest in it. But I told my friend, listen, like sometimes memes just go crazy for no reason. And yeah, you might make money in it. But yeah, I wouldn't say that would be disrespectful. It's just also I remember there's an episode of Gilmore Girls where Logan invites Rory out to dinner, and she's like, "Oh, I'm, hanging with Marty today," and he's like, "Hey," and he's like, "Oh, come with, the more the merrier," and they go out to dinner, and Logan, who's trust fund baby and just has a lot of money, he's got mom and daddy's credit card. What he does is he lives in that world where like $5,000 is like pocket change for him. So he goes and invites these two out to like dinner restaurant, and is like, all right, Rory, you're on me. And then the other guy, Marty, and I assume it's like a $40 meal, right? But the other guy, the broke college kid, he's like kind of like, I don't have it. And Logan's just like, oh, like no sweat. I invited you out. I'll pay. Logan's not pricing anything wrong. He's not like he didn't bring them to like this crazy upscale place. He brought them out to a decent place. And he just assumed that everyone else could afford it because to him, this is like a $40-$50 meal per person. If you just get the food, they're all ordering crazy types of whiskey and wine, and but But for a normal person, like, that is not doing that, they're just, Logan just assumes that $50 is nothing because it is mostly. But because for him, $5,000 is nothing. So $50 is nothing. And the reason I'm telling this story and making this reference is because David's exceedingly successful. And for this, like, if VeVe didn't exist and you saw like a worldwide release of a samurai Darth Vader, and there are only 3,000 of them between all of the rarities, and you have a chance to get these, like heck yeah, that's worth it. I'd pay $500 for one. So to David, this is a cheap price because he lives in this world where the only people David is talking to is executives that are making millions per year, and that's it. So I think this is probably priced fairly for what it is, an epic limited edition samurai Darth Vader. In a bull market, even the commons should be $50 because of how limited they are. And it's a one-off. It's like really freaking cool, and it's a really popular skin in Fortnite. So there's like, yeah, $50. This is a bargain. It's kind of right, it is. But when we have shit, wait a second here. But when some days we have less than 700 active users, and not all of those 700 are there buying, half of them are there selling, it makes it so that, actually, maybe 3,000 editions is too much. And for our amount of users, it probably is. And that's why it probably won't sell out. And that's why people are salty about the price. So again, these are all just assumptions that I'm making, but yeah. John X saying daCat to the moon. Yeah, daCat's a gem. Love daCat. Love my kitty. Meow, meow, meow. JKRB, give me those thumbs up. Bill Gardner, give me those dabs, my man. Yeah. Where were we? Some people are just awesome. Some people are great. Some people are pretty cool. Not gonna lie. China's public company CPOP bought 300 million Bitcoin. I'm sorry, 300 Bitcoin for 33.8 million for its treasury yesterday. Stopia is 3x the Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1 secret rare gone on Stacker. Yoink! Oh, yoink! Dude, I love that dude from what's his name? That dude from TikTok where he goes in like the Everglades in his bare feet and goes yoink, and he just yoinks people. Not people, baby gators and chameleons and stuff. Expectation for jobless claims was going to be 235K. Actual jobless claims was 263,000. Previous was 236. So yeah, rate cuts be coming, people. US CPI is up 2.9% year over year. Core CPI is up 3.1% year over year. All that was expected. Kraken introduces crypto perps trading in select regions, and MicroStrategy now holds 3% of the total Bitcoin supply, which is heckin' bananas. 3% of the Bitcoin supply is bananas. Galaxy Digital is buying over $1 billion worth of SOL for Multicoins DAT. They just bought $326 million yesterday. The 30-year fixed mortgage rates records biggest drop in a year. BlackRock to tokenize funds with real-world assets and stocks on blockchain. Didn't NASDAQ just announce that too? Who's going to win? $250 million USDC was minted yesterday. According to Ash Crypto Real, the market's going to pump, and I guess it did. Yesterday, you had the S&P close at a new all-time high. I think that reached that today as well. 3 whales yesterday bought $200 million worth of Ethereum, which is nuts. BlackRock seeks to tokenize ETFs. Yep, got that. DTCC lists Fidelity Solana ETF and Canary's XRP ETF. Bullish AF, my opinion. The Star Wars Samurai series drop. They've increased to 77 secret rare to allow for the possibility of a number 77 mint, just like the year the film came out. Cool. I'm not going to say who this was, but when somebody posts that people are cheating on Stacker World, which, okay, fair point. There was a bunch of wash trading. There was. And then they say VeVe most likely isn't paying attention. Didn't do their fucking research, because when they said VeVe wasn't paying attention, that was said several hours after Akomi had talked about that, saying we understand the excitement around the new feature. We want to continue encouraging users to participate in the leaderboards while ensuring a fair playing field or for anyone looking to compete. Thanks again to everyone who has taken the time to check out Stacker and participate in the leaderboard rewards. But they made sure to say any activities that may be perceived as wash trading or market manipulation is against terms of service. So again, even if somebody with a little bit of clout says, yeah, VeVe's probably not paying attention, and yet Akomi addressed that several hours earlier, just, be careful, fact check everyone, even me. Look at the Bitcoin logo projected onto Czech Republic central bank. This is wild. You want to know why a lot of people, including myself, love Charlie Kirk? Is because in 1950, more than half of 30-year-olds were both married and were homeowners. I repeat, back in 1950, more than half of all 30-year-olds were married and were homeowners. Today, that number is down to about 12%. And Charlie Kirk just said, like, hey, get married, have kids, and stop partying into oblivion. Even Ben Shapiro, who just says, like, get a job, don't have kids out of wedlock. And it's just, I think that resonated with a lot of people because we had such a stark comparison, like a stark contrast from 75 years ago, where more than half of 30-year-olds were married and had homeowners, and now 12% of 30-year-olds are married and are homeowners. So it's pretty wild that had happened. Sorry, I gotta just charge this thing here real quick. Meow, meow, meow. There we go. Anyway, I just got a message I have to answer real quick. The other day. Yep. Oh, hell nah. Baby, okay, two of us. Very good, very good. Okay, sorry about that. What else we have here? Job gains in New York City. In 2021, you had over 300,000 job gains in New York City. In 2022, you had over 200K. 2023, you had about 70K. 2024, you had over 100, a little bit of an uptick. But only 1,000 jobs were created the first half of the year of 2025. And this is why I moved out. New York City is turning into a shithole. Strategic partnership. Oh, that's cool. So I talked yesterday a little bit about Momo the cat, and I'm going to talk, or I'm going to search it right now. Again, gains thousands of followers every single day. It's up to 309,000 followers. It has multiple videos that have over a million. Like, there is no video that they do that gets less than 100,000 views. Many of them have multi millions of views. And again, I don't know their owner. It could be a rug pull. Like, I have no idea. It's up 3% on the day. It actually was up to like $1 million market cap at some point, came right back down. But I threw a little bit in there, a couple $100, not much. Because if they can take the hundreds of thousands of followers they have on TikTok and the millions of views that they get, like, per video, and they can somehow translate that and tap into that and get them to buy the crypto on Solana, this could go freaking wild. And again, I have zero, like, they don't sponsor the channel. I have not had a talk with the owner or anything. I want to be able to do a crossover with daCat. And I hopefully plan to speak to him in a couple of weeks here. I have so much other stuff I have to do, but again, this is an absolute degen play. But looks like liquidity is locked. Only 518 holders. So again, it was pretty dope. It looks like, again, could do something if it takes off, which it might not. I'm just being straight open to what I'm doing. In 2016, on this day in 2016, I come back from Kuwait. I was back from a deployment, and I was playing Pokemon Go, and I remember exactly where this was. You ever take a date to a strip club? Good times, good times. Oh, there I was at New York Comic Con that year. I was a beefy boy. It was good times. 1 billion USDT was minted on Ethereum yesterday. I repeat, 1 billion USDT was minted on Ethereum yesterday. Yesterday was a good day. Bill Ackman announces 1 million additional award for information towards Charlie Kirk's killer. I think they actually found him today. Awesome. BlackRock just bought $366 million worth of Bitcoin. President Trump announced the suspect in Charlie Kirk's murder. I think 4chan found this guy. If I'm not mistaken, they might not have. BlackRock sold $45 million worth of ETH this morning, which I thought was interesting. Yo, what up, zombie? Zombie, hey, 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 hey. Well, alert. There was a guy that spent $2.1 million in the last 24 hours on 10 CryptoPunks. He had bought CryptoPunks number 4439, 9942, 3181, 1246, 2323, 3383, 3013, 4135, 6933, and 7264. The rarity on number 1246 was number 657, so I thought that was cool. But for the most part, he paid on average 210K for each of them, which is insane. So LOTR4M says, imagine when whales like this dive into VeVe and start snapping up NFTs with OMI. David, you find this guy and onboard him. Join the stacker hype. Morgan Stanley sees 3 Fed rate cuts of 25 basis points in 2026. Okay, I'll take it. Oh, Gate US, that has 5,600 followers on X, not a lot. I say DMC will be listed soon on Gate US. It'll be September 18th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Very good, very good. Who dis? What's up, Penguin? How's it going, fam? Yeah. Oh, my back. Yeah, my other back. Oh, my barter. When is my next meal? Let me go to my meow. Okay, my next meal. Oh, I have to wait like another hour, like 45 minutes to an hour. Oh, I don't want to. I'm hungry now. I'm so hungry and I'm so fat. What are you? Okay, I'm working. Polymarket partners with Chainlink to launch 15-minute crypto price markets featuring near instant settlement and industry-leading security. Tether is going to launch a US-based stablecoin called USAC. Good times. I actually gotta share this with someone. But what's that? Go hyang. Ding. Ding. Meow. Okay, there we go. Yes, that was exactly where I needed it to go. Look on Chain says JP Thor, the co-founder of ThorChain and Voltisig, was scammed out of $1.3 million by North Korean hackers in a conference call scam. Ironically, according to Zach XBT, JP and his products have benefited from helping North Korean hackers launder funds. Mocha Boy over on X says, I don't deserve to be robbed. No one deserves it, but there is a solution in Web3. JP Thor, whether you are an expert or a novice, it's called DEVVE Protect. It's designed and developed exclusively on DEVVE Exchange. Thank you to the DEVVE ecosystem. Agreed. VeVe has had 935 people buy an item based on a purchase, sale, or promotional code enter, and they have 40 new people this week. Not bad. You have someone from the DEVVE chat today saying, "Good morning, friends." I just watched Adina Friedman's interview on the All In podcast, and wow, I saw her face and wow, and then I took a vow. We'd be together, girl, just you and me. Sorry. Super exciting to hear her announce that NASDAQ will be offering tokenized securities. I also loved how she emphasized the importance of investor protection first and highlighted that NASDAQ thrives in regulated markets, something that until now hasn't been possible in the space. Obviously, nothing has been confirmed by our team yet, but I really like our timing with the marketing push. Feels like the stars are aligning. That said, no expectations, but whoever the partner ends up being, I'm sure it'll be big. Wishing all a productive day. Same thing, same. JP Morgan expects Fed to cut rates by 25 basis points next week. Hoping. Ethan Masquerade says, Randy, how do we protect our beloved David Yu from some of the VeVe community members who call him very greedy or worse? Question is, you don't. You have people that are well, I'll say it like this. David's built a very successful company. Does every single person, including me, wish that they would do it faster? Absolutely. Because they move very, very slow. There's obviously multiple reasons for that, but I mean, nobody else could do this. It's like that famous line from the Social Network movies, like, if you had invented Facebook, you would have invented Facebook. And it's like, okay, if anyone else could do this, they would have done this already. I don't think David much, I'm not gonna say he doesn't care, but you can't care as a CEO. At the end of the day, you are there to make sure the company is doing well and it makes money. And I'm not going to say that's it, but that's your main goal, is to make sure that the company survives and is making money. So if you have people that are calling him greedy or worse, like, that's their opinion. I know David is not greedy, because again, I have the privilege of knowing him. David doesn't really need protect. Like, if he sees people calling him like, they're just wrong. Like that's it. I mean, people don't have to buy anything from VeVe. It's all completely voluntary. And again, at the end of the day, if whatever anyone calls them, if it's anything negative, they're just wrong. So any ideas how to control the narrative and help people understand that his approval of his $50 price is actually a smart strategic move? It's way above our level to fully. It's hard because we're not operating with all the information. You know, how much are they making out of it? What are their margins? Have they run the scenarios and have they run those simulations on okay, what happens if we do X, Y, and Z? I'm sure they have. Even though I think a cheaper price would get more buy, like, because again, like, how much would you pay as CEO of the company to get an extra 200 users a day? Probably a bit. So I understand if they were to sell out at $50, and that's a really big fucking if, versus if they were to sell out at $25, it's like, okay, I understand they're making half the money, but again, how much are they willing to pay for new users? Because at $50, one, you're probably not going to sell out, and two, the ones that you do sell are only going to be from people that'd be like, yeah, $50 is nothing, I'll do that. Where, like it or not, half the people that are here, $50 is a lot, and they just don't want to spend that on something where they're likely going to get a common and it's likely going to be worth $6. That's not a good feeling. You get people like you get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. And if you give them good feelings, like they're making money, or if you give them good feelings, like, you know, they're not spending as much or they're not losing as much, but they still get the experience of going for it and someone doing a live drop show, then they'll keep coming back. But at 50, I'm not going for it at 50. I'm not going to go live for it 50. I'm sure someone will. You know, again, I think at a lower price point, you would get more people coming back and you get more activity. And because again, and I know that's only for one day, but these numbers don't look great. They don't even look good. Getting over 1,000 users a day is good, but that's happened 2 days. Like at as again and again, if you ask like, how do we do this marketing? As Crypto Rain said, the bull market will take care of it. It'll take care of itself. Like Uncle Iro says, like your arms will take care of themselves. You know, you got to make sure you heat up the center of your body. The bull market will take care of it, but like we've been talking about this for like 2 years now. Bull market, when, and it's coming. But again, I kind of want us to try other stuff. I'm certain David's doing 18 different things that is more important than that, not including the 800 other things that are as equal or less of importance to it. John Digby, is our beloved David Yu cashed out some of his tokens for a Gucci suit? And again, that's just frivolous lying. Because I think something that could help is you, Rain and Doc, and other big VeVe influencers going as guests on Web3 projects, spaces, videos. Maybe one day, some of the things that I've done for the company that nobody knows about will come out in a book or an interview or like whatever. I feel like Aragon and Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, but it is not this day. I have done less for other companies where I've been given infinitely more. As I've been fairly proud to say, like I don't work for VeVe. I've never been given anything by VeVe. There's been no compensation for what I've done. And again, like, so I understand working for your bags. I work more for this company outside of the people that actually work for the company. I've done more for the company than anyone else. And you know, now, like, okay, go on other podcasts and tell them about, like, I've done it. And if it helps, sure, I'll do it. But again, I've done less for other companies where I've gotten infinitely more. The reason why I was able to build my net worth back up to over $1 million again had zero to do with I don't want to say zero, because I wouldn't be in this position without being like one of the faces of VeVe. But it's not from what VeVe's given me as any type of consolation or any type of payment. It's from a lot of work that I've done for other companies that I've been able to do that. And again, if I have the opportunity to do something like that for VeVe, or do, and sometimes I do, that they don't even know about, or do it for another company, like it's, again, I'm at this point now where I'm still stacking OMI. I haven't sold. I'll probably keep buying OMI, but it's that recency bias. I've gotten a ton more by doing stuff for other companies, like, and again, I would do it in my own self-interest of saying, like, okay, because I have so much OMI and this is good for the company, and what's good for the company is good for the token, sure. But I've been doing that for years, and I just, if it's not going to be a paid position, I have so much other stuff that I'm doing. I mean, if you find something and you say, like, hey, Randy, I know this guy, he's got this show, you, Doc, and Rain are expert. Can you guys go? And that's like, okay, If it's a show with like actual viewers, I'll do it. Because if it's a show where it's like, yeah, they have 90 subscribers, I'm not doing it. I don't know why David and Dan continue to do these shows where they go onto other shows that have like 100 subscribers, and it's like, this is not a good use of that time. And again, maybe they're actually friends of theirs and they're just going to have a conversation anyway, and they record it. So again, I'm open to it. I want to make sure I'm not doing it for no reason. I have to do it for something that I know will work for VeVe, and it will work and it'll get users, or it'll get people buying the token. Anywho, Dunby says, I agree. Mark Ellis' Coinbase released an extensive outline for the listing process today, including a chess list. There's a review process 1 to 3 months. I think incoming got told no. I'm not even sure they really tried on it, to be honest. Because I don't think there's I mean, I don't know. They might have. Again, this is way outside my purview. Again, like I just said, I don't work for the company. I've never worked for the company. I have zero idea what's going on as far as that goes. Maybe they did. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, because you need volume. And aside from the last 2 weeks, OMI has had really next to no volume. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did apply and they did get told no. Because again, you need that volume, and up until recently, OMI has not had that. Anywho, let's get back on the news. JP Morgan expects the Fed to cut rates by 25 basis points next week. They do. Ash Crypto Real says we're so back. Movie Maker Magazine has 165 followers on X. Here are some things you may not have known about the bold and misunderstood innovator John DeLorean. They have a whole article. And DeLorean Labs requotes that, saying he took cues from younger generations. And our fearless, innovative, and ahead of his time founder was still around today, he would be trading crypto and building the next car of the future on chain. Not gonna lie, I agree. Remember when I said Tether's doing an American launch? 35% of USDT held by savers in high inflation countries. More transactions than Visa, 18th largest holder of US Treasuries, 30 million new users in Q2, 17 million USDT transfers per day, and 275 law enforcement partnerships. Decentralizes US debt, bolsters dollar dominance, a force against de-dollarization. Crypto prediction platform, Polymarket valued at up to 10 billion in VC investment offers. 350 million USDC was just minted about 6-ish hours ago. Comey says that OMI is for everyone. Agreed. 110 billion was added to the crypto market in the last 24 hours from 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today through yesterday. VeVe Meister posts top voices for OMI, and VeVe Meister is actually the top voice for OMI. I'm number 2. But somehow VeVe Meister, is the top number 1. Valeria Richards, the birth of Valeria Richards is going on next on the 18th. Yeah, on September 18th, Marvel's Fantastic Four 1961, number 54. That's going to be cool. Probably go for that. Missouri redistricting went red. From Trump saying thank you very much to the great state of Missouri for redistricting, which will hopefully give us an additional seat in Congress. A new, much fairer, and much improved congressional map has now overwhelmingly passed both chambers of the Missouri legislature. Cool. As of 6:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, $379,270,000 worth of shorts have been liquidated in the last 24 hours. Bears were hecked. Shout out to Maya Nix, aka Nirvana, 55,000 followers over on X, for agreeing to come on the show, The Last Seat, on Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll do a couple of back hurts, my head hurts. We're going to do a couple of things on VeVe and see what the prices of them are. $2,200 for a logo. for an Akomi logo, the VeVe logo is going to be more than double that. It's going to be $5,800 by someone named Verniza. 5,800. And what is 195? 119.5 and 0.0003. That's $5,800 over on Stacker as well. Let's see what the partner statue is at. See what they're up to. 56 of them in the market at 1475. Not bad. Not bad. Let's go to Todd. See what the Todd Batman is up to. 48 of them in the market. They're at $515. I had one now. Yeah, I have one out there for 9.2 million OMI. What is 9.2? Oh, that's actually only $2,700. I should probably take that off. So that's really cheap. For a 2-digit Todd, that's really freaking cheap. Yeah, there's no others, not even close. 619 is $1,000. Yeah. The 101 is 3,000. 97 is 5,000. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I have something I have to do. I love you guys. Are you listening? Hear me talk. Hear me sing. Open up the door. Is it less? Is it more? Tell me to beware.